Good morning, traders. I'm Dennis Dick.
And I'm Joel Elconin. Welcome to Pre-Market Info.
Jobs, jobs, jobs. That is what is going to be happening here at 8:30 this morning. We are up 6 points ahead of the jobs number here, Joel. Obviously, that's going to be the big market mover here today.
Yeah, trading just off the high of the move here. High of the move 1506. Yesterday's high 1500 even. So have a couple of resistance points. See if people sell into a good number.
Let's start with ExxonMobil because they just reported earnings here this morning and they beat by 20 cents, $2.20 against estimates of $2. The stock is trading up here in the pre-market. Has pulled back from where it was trading just right after the report a few minutes ago. Now settling in at the $90.70 area, so it's up about 70 cents on this earnings report.
Yeah, it was trading up ahead of it. The news came out, popped up to 91 and a quarter. Let's keep an eye on that level, folks. 91.21 was yesterday's high. You have the high of the move so far of 91.92, and we know there's some institutional size at the $92
Yeah,
level.
92 absolutely huge. So, and that was a level. Maybe we can just go out and look at the last few days there, Joel. But that was a level there from the last few days where you had 4 or 5 multiple tops in the high 91.90s. So I'd expect you to see some resistance up there again if we were to climb up to that area. But who knows what they're going to do out this earnings, or who knows what they're going to do once the regular session starts, and obviously the jobs report coming up. Chevron reports here. Usually they report around 8:30 in the morning, so we're about probably 15 minutes away from their report. Stock actually gapped down on the close. Joel, can you bring up a chart of Chevron there? The stock actually gapped down on the close. I'm not sure if the charts
Yep,
are working
right
or not.
there's the close. That last black bar, a little hard to see, especially on your
Yeah, I'm
BlackBerry.
not sure. I'm actually not getting the charts on my end. I'm not sure if we've got a technical issue there or not. It's not updating the chart, but if everybody else, anybody in our room, there it is. Not sure why the charts weren't updated. There it is. Okay, so anyways, there's a little black bar there. It was trading around 116 and a quarter there yesterday, right near the 345, and then the imbalances came out and started drifting down. Had a big sell imbalance, went all the way down to 115.70, and then gapped down another 55 cents on the close on the closing sell imbalance. So that's where it closed was 115.15. So a little bit too low of a close. It's trading up a bit here on the ExxonMobil report. And retracing that gap down that it had on the order flow imbalance. Obviously will be interesting to see here. It's going to report here in about 10 minutes.
Yep, struggled, came all the way back up to fill that gap that it had way back in October. You're finding resistance here at the 117.40, 117.50 has been the top of the move so far. Keep an eye on that level. The 115.15 low was supported by the low on the 24th at 124 at 114.28. Mild support at the 115 level, but if things go into reverse, look for major support at 114.06.
Another Dow component reporting. Merck here this morning. You have to bear with me. I got a little bit of a cold. Merck, 83 cents against estimates of 81. So stock actually is trading down here significantly in the pre-market. You can see the colors that we've got on the chart. The yellow is the pre-market and after hours action. The black is the regular session from yesterday. So you can see after the report here, Merck getting beat up pretty good.
That's a big move for this stodgy stock. Trades a lot of volume. Looking at the pre-market low, 42.18. Haven't really recovered yet. Can't really say you've got a bottom in there. Take a look at the lows that you had here on the 4th and the 7th of the month, 41.82 to 41.85, up to that $42 level. Should be major support. If in fact you get a bad number and the selling keeps going, now the 41 handle looks pretty light with support. But let's see what happens at the overnight low in that whole $42 area.
You weren't buying any toys, were you, Joel? Because Mattel just reported earnings. They missed by 3 cents, $1.12 versus a buck 15. Stock is trading down here in the pre-market, 87 cents right now. Obviously, you can see it was trading down a little bit further earlier. Looks like it kissed down close to the 36 area. Has bounced a bit. We're trading around 36.75 right now.
Yeah, 36.01 has been the low. You've got to bounce right up to the 36.76 level. Not huge volume with Mattel here. They've disappointed. have had a nice run. We're holding this major support at 37. So now you get any rally back up close to that nice round number. You should find major resistance. Coming back on the downside, that pre-market low was supported by the low you had on the ninth at 36.04. But once you get under the $36 level,
35.50.
how things look pretty like the 35 and a half.
Yeah, I think the 35.5 be your number. If you cut through 36, it could be a 50-cent move in there. So keep an eye on that too. Tyson TSN, they also reported earnings. And actually, I've got a missing here, but the stock is trading higher. So I'm not sure if there's something else happening there or not, because I've got 38 cents against estimates of 42. They did, or actually, the revenue I've got missing too, 8.4 billion versus 8.6 billion. But stock trading higher, so not sure. Maybe there was an adjustment in there with the numbers because the stock is trading up above 60 cents here this morning.
Eat more chicken.
Eat more chicken.
you you've got to pop up here into the pre-market. The pre-market high is 22.85. We just traded at that level. Looking at the dailies, huge move for this stock. The former high of the move was
Right,
22.85,
right
right
there.
on the nose. Yep. So let's keep an eye 22.85. Probably some stock kicking around at the nice round number of 23. Going out to a longer term chart here. Hoop, in the weekly, we can't even find any resistance. Let's go to the monthly.
Ooh, big
Going to the
time.
monthly, you got to go way back to find resistance at the $24 level.
Yeah, and I don't think it's got enough gas to get up there today. Dell here in the news. Reuters reporting they could get a buyout as early as Monday. Stock is trading up 65 cents. We know it's been trading up really for the last month on all the rumors that they were going to get a buyout. You can see after that Reuters report came out, stock obviously gapped up, ran all the way up. It looks like as high as 14.40. Has pulled back a bit since then, trading 13.89 right now, up 65 cents from the 4 o'clock close.
What isn't $15 a number that they were kicking around on
Yeah, they've
that?
never actually given a number. I mean, it's all just rumors, but I don't think it's going to come and get bought up for like 17 or anything. I think it's, a lot of this is already priced in, obviously. The stock was trading around $11 when all the rumors started, so I wouldn't be surprised if this price comes in 14.50, $15, but you don't know until you know, so obviously it's probably going to be a little bit possibly higher from there, but you've got the risk involved too, if it obviously, and that's why, you say, well, if it's going to be 14.50 or $15, why isn't it trading there already? Well, there is risk. I mean, if it doesn't, get a buyout here, the stock could fall back to the $11 area. So it's all risk return, and obviously those arbs are those people, those are possibly trading the risk arbitrage here, are pricing in a 50 cent or a dollar risk that a buyout may not happen.
Yeah, I'd say 1440. That was high in the pre-market. Someone has an opinion, so I'd keep an eye on that level. Though since it hit that 1440, we pulled back to the 1390 level. The pre-market low, as it stands right now, is at 1370. So those are your parameters: 1370, 1440.
I want to highlight a few upgrades and downgrades here today, and the big one, MasterCard, getting downgraded at Wells Fargo. They are citing valuation. Here's a stock reported really good earnings yesterday morning. Stock obviously gapped up. Go back to the pre-market chart there, Joel, and I'll just show on the pre-market chart. You can see how it ran up and gapped up yesterday. Got all the way up to 538 and quickly gave it all back. Found support where it had found support the day before in the 514 area. Wells obviously saying valuation is why they're downgrading the stock here today. But it's not trading down very much, just down 10 cents here.
Yeah, I mean considering the 24-point drop that it had yesterday, I mean that's why we talk about using these pre-market levels, not necessarily to initiate positions, but holy smokes, if you were long that MasterCard yesterday and you weren't a believer in the 20-point move, you certainly had some good opportunities. Also, right when the market actually opened at 9:30 here, if you were trying to short that stock at the 536 level, you had a reference point here at 538. So a lot of times, I mean, this is really a good example of the pre-market activity. How you can use it to your advantage. But look at this, folks, man. You have a major support here at 513.46 to 514. That's not, you have to look at there. If it takes out 514, I'm looking at the figure at 500.
Yeah, big area it needs to hold there, that's for sure. Verizon getting upgraded. Piper Jaffray this morning. Stock kissing up there. Trade up to 43.98. There's a little bit of resistance in the 44 area because that's where it got to 2 days ago. 43.95, I believe, was the high from 2 days ago there. Here's the stock. It is approaching even, 44.50. It's starting from a technical perspective, starting to get into a little bit of area where it struggled before.
Yeah, it's had a nice bounce. You're right. 43.96 was the high on the 30th. Probably some stock kicking around at 44 as well. Nice round number. After that, things open up to 44.26. So we'll keep an eye on the pre-market high 43.96 and 44.26.
One more we don't talk about on the show that much. Oracle stock is trading up about 20 cents on upgrade from BMO Capital. This is a stock that's had a hell of a run for the last 3 months here, ever since bottoming at 29.50. Not trading up too much in the pre-market, just 20 cents here. Go back to the other daily chart there, Joel, and we can try to find some levels here. What were those highs, 3-4 highs that are right up there?
Keep an eye on 35.87, 35.88. Trading 16 cents below that. That was a double top. That's the longest the stock, it's highest the stock has been in a long time here. If in fact you clear that level, you have a high back at 36.50 in May of 2011.
I want to talk about Apple here. This 555 area is still big, man. Or 455, I'm sorry. Yesterday, yeah, I'm pulling the Joel, getting my handles or my 100 points off here. But if you go to it, can you go to a 3 or 4 day chart just to show this 455 area, what's been happening? I actually traded it. Or if you can just go pre-market, just go show the pre-market chart from yesterday, so I can just talk about my trade from yesterday. So see this 455 area? I actually bought it 3 times off that level yesterday when I was trading it. About 455.26. I actually had a nice scalp, sold in the 457s. Bought again 455.26. Sold in the 457s again. Bought 455.26 towards the end of the day and got scared. Didn't want to take it home, so I actually am out of it now. Obviously that 455, 450 area is huge here from the last few days.
Yep, you can see the three lows there between 452 and 455. That's major support. But Dennis, why don't you hop off here and get ready for the number? I have a few questions here, and I'll go over some of the stocks in the Big Ten. So
okay, I'll be
good
back.
luck in that number.
Yeah, I'll be
If it
back in
takes
about 3-4 minutes.
If it takes out that 1490, man, get out of the way, okay?
Okay, 1491. That's the bogey.
Okay, we just got a question here about ADNC, Audience Incorporated. First, let's take a look. We've got a spike in the pre-market. Not seeing the news associated with that right now. Big move for the stock, maybe likely a takeover here. 1650 has been the spike in the pre-market. Since pulling off, it pulled back to the low 15s, 1519. And now some sellers are waking up here at the $16 level, going a little bit longer term here on ADNC. This stock is on a weekly chart, had a real bad week here. It's struggling to get it back. Play
It
the
was
news on
earnings
this.
too, Joel. Just to give you, that's what the news was there on ADNC.
They did have earnings. Okay. Very good earnings at that. So let's keep an eye on that stock. I just wanted to cover a couple stocks in the Big Ten here before the number comes out. This is the daily on IBM, and it came down here yesterday again to the 203 level. Held again. It got a bounce. It closed weak. It closed at 203.07, just kind of hanging out there in the pre-market. So if you're looking to play, a stock that's going through support here, once again, 203 on IBM, you have some real estate to cover on the downside. Coming back on the upside, you've had 4 lower highs. Also taking a look at Google here. I mean, this stock just continues to march after excellent earnings, finding resistance here at the 760 level, 760.95. Has been the high of the move. And if you go all the way back to October when they had the announcement of the earnings slip out during the day, they had a high at 759.42. That's supporting the resistance at this 760 area. So here we are. We're coming up in less than a minute to the big number. The SPOOs have traded up to yesterday's high, 1,500. Folks are getting a little nervous here. We've sold it off. I don't have the information. Non-farm payrolls, 157 versus 165 estimate. Uh, Still very little reaction in the market. Still got that 1500 level as resistance. We are taking it out now, so people buying ahead of that number, looking for a good number, are still hanging in there. Above the 1500 level, folks, keep an eye on 1505.75, which was Tuesday's high, and 1506, which was Wednesday's high. Those have been the high of the move. It certainly looks where we're migrating towards right now.
Yeah, we're getting up
Just going
there.
back.
Just rallying. We're up 9 points here now, so it's actually just starting to take off. On the move itself, actually, I couldn't get too much trades off it. It spiked down quickly, just to the 1497 area. If you just bring up the E mini chart there, you got ES up there, ES H3, I think it
I
is.
got you. Whatever that stock is.
There you go. So bring up the pre-market chart there, Joel, and we'll just show them the action just happened off 8:30. Okay. So yeah, so we got spiked down just off the report down to 1497, and then we spiked up to 1502. So we're kind of trading in that range right now, trying to find our bearings here right after the number. But kind of muted action. Sometimes you see a 7 or 8, 10 S&P point move off that jobs number, and we really only moved a couple of bucks. So it was kind of quiet overall. Facebook here. Oh, go ahead, Joel.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Facebook up 11 cents here this morning, 31.10. Just wanted to highlight it just from the last couple of days. Give me a 3 or 4 day chart on that, yeah. So this area here, we got up there, made a new high on the move there just 3 or 4 days ago, and now we've obviously been selling off where we spiked off after the earnings we obviously had. We are slowly started to drift back up, and I think if you get back up into this 32 area, that's where we had topped out before. I think you're going to find some major resistance up there.
Yeah, you pointed out on yesterday's show when the stock was in the red here. We ended up taking out the pre-market low. But what's interesting about this chart is the stock really struggled to break out of the 2875 to 2880 level. It took a shot at it here, took a shot at it here, and finally on the third attempt it held again. But the next day it went through. So you look at those three tops here, you classify that as major resistance. Yesterday, during the major sell-off, we came down to 28.74 before having almost a 3-point rebound. So once again, that old resistance reinforces the new support levels.
Google, just want to close the show here with Google talking about it because Google, bring up a chart here, 760 area starting to look pretty toppy here too. We're trading this morning just under that level. So this Google, bring up the pre-market chart, you'll see that this level actually looking pretty big here even this morning. We did just cut through it a bit here, topped out 761, but we're right there right now at 760. So Google can start getting above the 761, might be in breakout mode again.
Yeah, we did. We did have that high yesterday in the 760 level. Yesterday's high was 760.95, and then just on that spike in the during the number there, you got up to 761. So things are getting rough up here, near yesterday's high.
That's our show for today. Obviously, we're very quiet here after the number. We're settling. We're just trading in the 1499, 1500 area again. So surprisingly, not that volatile off of this jobs number. Have a great weekend. Back with you guys on Monday.